guys, Chris Wright, aka Killatia of GotGame.com. Excuse me, and I'm with Cecilia. Cecilia of IndieCade. Might tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, IndieCade is a festival that's been running since 2008. It's a juried festival of independently produced games from all game genres and all game makers. So everything from student games, art games, to university research projects. Also includes installations, big games, ARGs. They're really all-encompassing. It takes place over a period of a few days in Culver City here in the LA area. And we have some great stuff. We're in the process of touring now. And what we've done for E3 is we've hand-picked some games that we think the E3 audience would like from our submission rules. So that's what we're showing here at the convention.
So I see we have a whole mixture of PC and console games here. Which platform seems to be the most popular here at IndieCade?
Well, for the showcase here at E3, we try to have a nice mix of different types of games. So, for instance, behind me, there's a game that uses a Kinect. It uses a lot of physical movement in the interface. We also have some iPhone and iPad games. We have a number of PC games. We have PC games that use console controllers, so they kind of feel like you're playing a console game. Yeah, so it's a nice mix. And at IndieCade, we also have some big games here, by the way. They'll start a little later in the day. We have a game called Pocket Junction, which is you put a trench coat on. It's almost like a tag game. And you try to pickpocket treasures, which are basically cards from other players, and they're stuck on their coat with Velcro. We also have a really cool sort of avant-garde game called Joust, which is a game where you have controllers, and it's sort of like a version about before the IndieCade players. And what you're trying to do is keep your controller pretty still, and the other players are trying to make it move. So it's kind of almost like a kid's game, but with some technological advances. Doesn't have any graphics, though. It's really cool.
Oh, that's cool. Which would you say would be the most popular game here that everybody's been wanting to check out?
Oh, wow, that's really a tough one because there's a few games here that I think people are really excited about. I've been hearing really good things about Steve's game scale. And this is one of the cool things about IndieCade is we kind of end up being like a marketplace of games because, like, you can see this big Joust has had a huge amount of success. It's won a bunch of awards. They have controllers I mentioned. And they're trying to get a publishing deal for it now, which is a little tricky because it's a new graphics and very unconventional price tag game.
I would imagine.
Yeah. And there's a couple of other things. There's a really nice game that was made. Last year we had LG, the electronics company, as a sponsor, and they were promoting their mini phone. And so they sponsored a game jam where we got a bunch of developers together this weekend, and they used Unity to make 3D games with this phone. And one of those games is here. So that's the one Eric Lawyer will be showing them. So I have to say though, in terms of what's trending, we're really seeing the biggest growth in the last couple of years in the iOS platform. iPhones and particularly iPads are really trying to wide open the area for indies because, you know, I always joke like independent developers, they like to play with technology, so they get this thing and it's like, oh, it has accelerometer, what if we shake it? It has GPS, and they try to come up with really weird, wacky, kind of unconventional things to do with technology, so it's really exciting to see what they're doing.
That's cool. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Nice talking to you. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome. And we're going to go check out some of these games right now, so catch you in a bit, gamers.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, and we are here checking out Valley of the Wind with Wiley. He's off camera, but he's a cool fella right here. So, what can you tell us about this game?
So, A Valley Without Wind is a really interesting RPG game. The scale of the world is massive, and the kind of mechanic around it is that your character, in a lot of classic games, doesn't really survive for all that long. So, when you die, once you create a world and you die, your spells and enchants and stuff like that will persist, but you will become a new character, and you'll have new stats and you'll have a new personality. You'll have a new background, resistances, different stuff like that, and that'll offer you certain advantages for something that maybe killed you before, and you keep gaining strength and getting strength to, and the thematic option or the kind of narrative element of the game is that you're trying to save these 6 continents, and you can either lose them or save them.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, let's go on ahead and give it a shot right now. Anything I need to know about the controls?
No, it's just keyboard and mouse. So
let me put on this Turtle Beach headset.
Sweet.
This feels nice. What's the volume control on this?
Yeah, is the volume okay right now?
A little loud. I want to be able to hear you as well.
Great. Here, maybe just bring it down up here.
Okay.
Is that good?
It's a little bit loud so I can hear the game.
Okay.
I think that would be good.
Great. So yeah, if you just want to hit start, it's on like the default settings right now for starting the game. So now you're at the character selection screen, and you kind of see the world one of the world maps behind you. They all have different stats and resistances and backgrounds, and you can always re-roll and get a new set of characters that will have varied information. Okay, let's go with Nico. Great. So you can name your character and also your profile if you want them all to be on one profile. So it's a really interesting like 2D world, and I think the graphics are really beautiful in terms of like how the trees operate with the player. So if you walk with WASD, you'll pick up your first spell right on top of that little hill. So this spell is a melee range kind of like blast of fire, and what you can do, you'll realize, is that if you click on something, you can destroy a tree. So just click on any tree and you'll see that it kind of has a health bar, and occasionally the trees will drop resources like lumber or anything like that. So the relevance of that, oh, and here's a gravestone, and that's kind of their system of, throughout the tutorial level, which is their system of giving you hints on why somebody died previously.
Oh, so kind of like Demon Souls in that sense.
In a sense, it's it doesn't mark necessarily your, like you don't leave something behind yourself, but this is like, look, a hero died here, and this is why they died, which is a subtle hint of telling you why, what you should maybe do differently if you're dying there or if you want to avoid death.
Okay, so apparently I have to look at the bottom left corner here to keep an eye on my toes. Let's keep going here. Die under pile of things. Some way to die. So, is there enemies abound in this demo?
Yes, there will be shortly. Not right now. So you're safe just kind of figuring out the controls and how the UI works. So you can destroy that, those crates right there to move on.
I want to die from those crates.
So right now you just picked up these wooden platforms. So if you go to the next area, you'll see what their use is. So if you walk up there, you'll realize that if you walk into the water, you start getting hurt, and sometimes it can be hard to get out. So one of your abilities, but it's more of an item ability, is if you press 2 or right click, it can be either, it actually places these platforms so that you can get across the water. There you go. So you can just walk across and hit those so that you don't die in the water. And what I actually personally love about them is how they use it in this sense. So this type of wall, is kind of this different coloration, actually holds the platforms as well. Which I thought was fascinating, because it's exciting when you're escaping enemies and stuff, and you're trying to go up a cave, and you're placing these platforms, and you miss one, you start falling, you try to place another to save yourself.
So let's see what this apartment is. Okay, is there anything special about these apartment buildings?
So, so if you go into section address, So you can go into one of these doors, and each door that you enter, because it's a tutorial level, will kind of explain like the relevance of what's in there. So you can go in here and you can kind of jump up and see what's in other stuff. And in some of them you'll find something called a warp gate, which is basically their system of kind of a fast travel.
When does it?
There you go. So if you go to the orange thing, that's also a hint for what
journeys.
What's going to help. Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, let's head back into the world and try to find some enemies to kill real quick.
Great.
So you can find different resources in that stuff that will help you get more powerful spells. And there actually is something hidden in there that might help you continue on, but you can keep going and find some enemies before that. Yeah, so that red blob is going to spawn some enemies once you get close. There you go. And if you keep getting close, you're going to damage that and realize that it has actually a really high resistance to fire. So in that case, it forces you to go back into that building and find something that is going to help you get past that, because all you have right now is fire.
Okay, well, that was a very cool game. I would love to play more, but let's go check out some of the other games here. Okay, now I am here with Eric, and he's going to be showing up an iPad game called Language here. So what is Language about?
So Language is a philosophical point.
Okay, let's put it together.
The whole idea is that instead of ships and planes, like in a normal flight simulator, you got words and ideas. That's a lot lighter, and we got preserve it up there. We can see those spheres here in the corner. Dark spheres represent negative ideas, and the lighter colored spheres represent positive ideas or creative ideas. So the way I play is by flying into words. As I grab these words, I can make new ideas that I can use either to support my own position or to attack the position of someone else.
Very nice. Where did you get the idea from to play such a game?
Something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've always wanted to have, originally it was a strategy game. You kind of have ideas pulling it out. But when I thought about doing it, I was like, well, it was all possible came together. Yeah, good shit.
I can understand. How long did it take you to develop the game?
Well, it was done for a game jam for IndieCade last year. It took about 48 hours to do the original prototype. I spent about a month polishing it, and it went on to LG Mobile Gaming Award.
So obviously this is going to be on the iOS device. Is it still going to be support for other platforms to use?
Yeah, the iOS, Android, desktop.
So you're developing this for like the mobile devices. What are the advantages over, say, like a PC platform?
Right. Well, you have the different control schemes. So you have a different way to pinpoint and be more precise about how you control. So you have to really tune the controls differently.
Sure, yeah. It's strange. I don't actually have this
Oh, that's cool.
what I'm doing here. I have my normal work.
I'm trying to think of anything else other than that. When can we expect a full release of this?
Yeah, this was in 2013.
2013. Okay, so keep your eyes out for Language. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good luck with Language.
Thanks very much.